wrestling is one of those sports more than others that is so tough on your body. Between cutting weight, the one-on-one aspect of wrestling, it's a grind that quite literally never stops, and the season is a long one. How do you get through that? How do you overcome those humps in the season where it feels like you just can't do it anymore?
Yeah, so it's definitely a mental grind, long season as you mentioned, but the biggest thing is you just got to trust in the process, trust in your coaching staff, trust in your athletic trainers. It's their job to keep us in peak performance and just keep us, if we do get an injury or something that tries to throw us off, that they're ready to get us back into the top shape. I think the biggest thing is everybody in the country is going through something, whether they show it or not. They're going to be a little banged up here and there. Like you said, it's a grueling sport. It's going to be tough on your body, whether it's cutting weight or you got a serious injury. So everybody's dealing with something, and nobody really cares at the end of the day if you're hurt. So you have to go out there and you have to face it and overcome it. So you have to trust in the process, trust in your training, and trust in your training staff to get you to where you need to be for the next tournament or the next wrestling match.
Now, you've been a part of this team for a long time. You've had individual success. You've been a big reason why the team has had team success. You've seen national champions be brought back to St. Cloud State. What is it like year after year to be a part of an organization that just doesn't know how to lose?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a blessing to be part of this program. Guys were joking this last weekend at regionals. I mean, we basically had a dual tournament against the rest of the NSIC at the region championships, and we were huddling together, sending guys out to the finals, and one of our guys, Devin Fitzpatrick, was just like, I love being the bad guy. And just like, I think everybody in the conference just kind of, we have a little chip on our shoulder. Guys, other teams just really don't like us just because we are successful. And you see that a lot in any sport. You kind of cheer against the top dog. And we've been there for a long time. It's been fun. It's been a blessing. But, I mean, it just comes a lot to the program, the coaching staff, the camaraderie amongst each other, this brotherhood that we've established. It's fun. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Now, you touched on a little bit that continuous success. That means you have a target on your back most of the time as an individual, as a team. People don't like you. They want to see you lose, right? And so what is that like to know that everybody is against you in a way? I mean, you have had success year after year. What's the hardest part of continuing that success and knowing that at any given moment people want to see you not have that success?
Yeah, I think the hardest part of having that target on your back is if you just let that target really weigh you down, or you think too much about that pressure that is being put on you. I don't think we like to look at it as we're not a bunch of we're a bunch of lions. We just go out there and we're looking to take our prey as it may be. We're not trying to protect anything. We're not trying to hold on to anything. We're not trying to protect the national title that we had last year. We're going out there trying to just tear apart a competition, get bonus points, and just reclaim our spot on the throne. We're not scared of anybody. We're not backing down, and we know that when we have that target on our back, it's going to elevate their competition because they want to take us out, and it's going to elevate our level of competition because we're ready to get after it day in and day out.
I think a lot of people, especially just if you're a fan of sports, you often think that the teams who continuously win, it must be easy for them. Of course, they keep doing it, right? It must be easy. But that's not the case. You have you've been a part of this team a long time. You've seen seniors graduate, guys you've been close to, guys who've had success, guys who've really contributed to this team in one way or another. You guys have gone through injuries. I mean, it happens to everybody, the best teams, the worst teams, no matter who it is. How do you overcome those hiccups where it feels like, okay, it might get tougher now, or we have, this is really going to hinder us? How do you get over that?
Yeah, I think the craziest thing with our program, and that's allowed us to be so successful over the years, is just the level of depth that you see across the board. We got 40 guys in the room, and I mean, there's been a couple of years where our 1, 2, 3 could have went 1, 2, 3 at nationals, and so every weight class we have somebody that could step up and be a national qualifier, national All-American, national champ even. There's been years where we've had multiple guys that could be national champs at the same weight class. So I think the depth that Coach Costanzo and the coaching staff really promotes and brings to this team. Guys know that they come to the program, they might not start for 2, 3 years, and but for us to be able to keep those guys, that really establishes a great practice partner, a great competitive wrestling room, and everybody, even at the top, they know they have to practice and train to the best of their abilities so that they can stay at the top within our own program and then to stay at the top in the entire nation.
Something that I've noticed about this team for as long as I've been going to school here and seeing this team compete and have success is that it seems like everybody talks about how close you guys are. Whether it be the guys on the team or just people observing the team, it seems like you guys spend a lot of time together on and off the mat. You're very close. How does that contribute to the success that you have?
Yeah, I think a big thing, like I mentioned earlier, that camaraderie, that team chemistry. Coach talked about it when we won our first national title. One of the biggest differences he's seen to get over that hump of getting so many runner-up finishes, just the great team chemistry amongst the guys. He could really notice it in the wrestling room, and he could notice it amongst each other. And then just outside of the wrestling room, a couple of years back, we almost took an entire apartment complex. We had 9 out of like the 12 rooms. There's like 35 of us living in an entire apartment complex, and that was an amazing year. Just but like you said, like we're always around each other. It's a brotherhood. If one wrestler's traveling, there's probably 5 or 6 others right behind him, kind of like a little wolf pack. And we're on the prowl. We're always together. We're always looking to. We're just brothers, and that chemistry just helps us have fun with it. Whether we're banging heads in the restroom, we walk out of the restroom after a tough grinding practice, and we're buds in the locker room. So I mean, that chemistry has really helped us elevate our game. It makes it fun. It makes it worthwhile through all the long grinding season.
You guys have seen a lot of successful wrestlers come through this room. All you have to do is look around this room and see all these guys who have helped push this team to success. But on the flip side, behind every good team is a good coach. How has Steve Costanzo and the coaching staff helped you guys get this much success over the past couple of years?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is they just really instill like a sense of confidence in each and every one of us wrestlers. They show their pride in us, and they show their confidence that we're going to be able to go out there and get the job done. Wrestling, it's just as much mental as it is physical, and you can play a lot of mental battles with yourself and tell yourself like you're not where you need to be come postseason or whatever. And the coaching staff does a great job of keeping your head on a level playing field, and just keeping your head on your shoulders so that you're ready to go come competition time. They're always looking out for your best interests. They're always getting us to peak at the right time, whether it's national duels, regional tournament, national tournament. They have a great training program. They know when to train us hard. They know when to lay off a little bit. And I think obviously their system's working, and just their love for each and every one of us really helps us excel at the highest level.
Now, last question, and it might be a tough one. What are you most looking forward to coming up here at the national tournament? Who do you think is going to stand out? You got 9 guys going. That's a lot of opportunity to see success individually and as a team. What are you most looking forward to?
I'm just looking forward to seeing a bunch of guys go out there and laying it all on the line for their brothers. I mean, we got redshirt freshmen coming in, and they're going to tear it up, and they're excited. People that might have been backups their whole career, and they're getting a final shot at the big tournament, the national tournament, and they're looking better than ever. We got guys that they're pinners. We got guys that give you a little bit of a heart attack every time they step on the mat, but they always find a way to win. So I mean, you're going to expect a little bit of everything come the national tournament. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Your nerves are going to be, your gut's going to be racing back and forth. But I mean, I think St. Cloud, we're bringing 9 guys. We're bringing 9 guys that could easily each win their own individual weight class if they bring their best performance. And so I think we have a great chance of bringing home another banner and celebrating back home in St. Cloud.